I've built the best and the biggest and the most followed luxury brand in the whole entire universe. Now, you can believe it, you cannot believe it, but I believe it. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the psychology about trading. Now, you might say, do I trade? Does Z trade? To be quite frank with yourself, I have no idea what trading is all about. But I can tell you one thing, that I use psychology and I use consistency, I use discipline in every single thing that I do in life. Because my father told me that life is 10% what happens and 90% on how you respond to what happens. So today I'm going to talk to you about how I started Z Real Estate when 90% of the people that I was surrounded by told me not to start a business. Starting a business is probably one of the hardest things that you could do in your whole entire life. The hardest part about starting a business is you selling you to you, saying, I can do this. It's about you believing that you can do this. I fell for 3 years. You're looking at Z Real Estate now. I deal with some of the most wealthiest people in the country. I travel interstate, I travel international to get deals done. But you're not looking at how this journey started and how much I got rejected and how much I had to convince myself on a daily basis that you've got this, you can do this. When everybody doubted me, you can't do this. Everybody rejected me. You're not good enough. You speak broken English for fuck's sake. You don't even know how to say 3. I'm still trying to struggle to say 3. 33. It's hard for us. So everybody doubted me. And then I got bloody rejected because English is not my first language. It's my second language. If you don't know something about something, what do? You look up to people because as human beings, we don't like being told. We like being inspired. The journey started off with 3 years of no money. Money was not important to me. Do you know what was important to me? What do you think was important to me? Knowledge. Because knowledge gives you what in life? Power. Knowledge gives you confidence. Ignoring something builds you what? Fear. So knowledge gives you power. Ignoring something builds you fear. I have never ever walked into a presentation in my whole 16 years of sales career without being prepared. I would never ever sit down with a developer, say, I'll just wing it. I'll make sure he likes me. The minute you try and wing it, what happens? You lose the deal. Or the client will say, let me think about it, I'll come back to you. Do you know, it's so easy to pinpoint finger at somebody else. We never want to get the blame ourselves. It was his fault. But there's 3 fingers pointing at me. It was my fault at everything I've ever done. So every time I walk into a presentation, every time I walk into a meeting, I never ever go without a plan. If I want to meet a developer tonight, and if I want to trade tonight, guess what I do? I plan. I have the 6P rule that I've invented for myself. You guys ready? Plan in advance. Plan your life in advance. I'm 36 years old, but I already know where I'll be when I'm 51. Because I have a direction, I have a goal. Plan when you're trading. Then you have to prepare yourself. Fuck it. Prepare yourself. Then I get myself prepared to go meet a client. I prepare myself to start trading because I have a plan. How do you prepare yourself? As a estate agent, I prepare myself with all the marketing collateral. I prepare myself for all the sold properties that's in the market because I have a plan. And I already know the client that I'm about to meet, he likes eating chocolate, or he likes his food, or he likes pickleball, or he likes tennis. So then I have something that I can talk to him about. That's called being prepared for that specific meeting. If I'm planning to trade today, most likely I'll prepare myself for it. But I will not invest a fucking dollar, not unless I know what I'm talking about. No, not unless I know what I'm doing. Prepare myself it. How do you prepare yourself? By studying it. So once I've studied it, the next P comes, what's this? I practice. I'm gonna practice it at least 1,000 times before I invest money, correct? I practiced my pitch. Once I've practiced my pitch, Perform. Every single day, when you wake up, you have an option to be a good performer, bad performer, or an okay performer. You sit in front of the computer, it's all psychological. Am I going to perform good or am I going to perform bad? But that choice is yours. Fuck what happened yesterday. The good thing about the stock market day trading is what? They don't give a shit about what happened yesterday. You're only as good as your next deal. And you're only as good as your next deal in real estate. You perform. Got the worst handwriting in the world, but it's all right. You can read. Perform. Now, if I've performed good, what do you think is going to happen? You're performing. You wake up, you perform. You go to a meeting, you're performing. I'm performing, you're performing, you're performing, you're performing. We're all performers. What do you think is going to happen? Something that I love the most. Produce. You produce the dollars. Yeah? That is why I always tell people, I go, if you put in value on the table, people would want to do business with you. If you're a bad performer, people will not do business with you. You're just going to point fingers at somebody else. It's easy to point finger at somebody else, not to yourself. Once you've performed, you've produced, the last P is my favorite P. What do you think it is? The last P. You persist anyways. It's my favorite one. That's called party. Why is party important? See, we live in a society today where it's so bloody stressful on a daily basis. Being a trader is not easy. You have to sell you on a daily basis. There is nobody else out there to actually pat you in the back saying you're on the right path. Because it's all mental. You're doing an amazing job. And sometimes in life, that's all you need. You just need somebody to walk up to you saying you're an amazing human. You'll do well. This is only the beginning for you. That's all you need. That little nice encouragement. So ladies and gents, once you've planned, you've prepared yourself, you've practiced, you've performed, you've produced, then you can party because you're not born to work. Let me tell you this. You don't live to work. You work to live. So you have to work out what actually brings you true happiness. For me, at this stage of my life, being 36 years old, I can guarantee you nothing brings me happiness besides sharing my knowledge to you guys. I genuinely mean this. I don't need money for anything else. I thought money brought me happiness. It actually does not bring you happiness. You talk to some of the world's most wealthy people, your health is your wealth. What makes you different is consistency, being persisting, and helping others along the way. In business, we have a saying, if you help enough people get to their destination first, you'll always get to your destination. You have to work harder on yourself than you do on the job. It's about becoming more, then you don't have room for failure. I can guarantee you, for all those entrepreneurs that's in this room, they will never ever have to be broke again because they can fall down 7 times, they can get up 8. I will never be a broke man as long as I got my health. Do you know why? Money does not make money. It's the skill that makes money. So when you learn to become a student of quantum trading, you don't have to be a follower because you're learning to be a student of life. You're learning to be a student of day trading. Self-education, self-reliance, self-discipline.